Naked Skin Weightless Hello? Hi. I don't know. Well, it will be, but I'm in the middle of the video right now and you just called me and interrupted. Okay, where do you want to go for dinner? Alright, bye. Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a full face makeup tutorial. I'm going to show you guys what products I use and how to keep your face from creasing throughout the day or getting like super oily throughout the day. So we're going to do a little bit of contour, a little bit of baking, and then we are also going to finish it with a lip look. So keep watching and we will get right into the tutorial. So my eye makeup is done, so I'm just going to clip my hair back and then we will start. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is you want to apply any type of primer to your face and your under eye. So this is what's going to help keep your makeup in place all throughout the night, whether you are like dancing all night or doing whatever, or all throughout the day if you're like, you know, working all day, or you're like getting sweaty, or like any type of like oil is coming out, or if you are really oily, a primer is going to help stop this. So I'm using Urban Decay's Complexion Primer. So this helps like overall smooth your skin and fill in all your pores. That way your makeup lays on top very nicely and you don't have any like issues of it kind of like separating throughout the day. I use just like a little amount like that, and I'll put that on my face like this and then work that in. You want to make sure that you're rubbing this in really good. If not, what happens is that it will actually start to like peel off your face if it's not rubbed in very well, and you'll be able to see like, you'll see like your foundation will start coming apart. So just rub this in really, really good anywhere where you have fine lines. You know, if you have any fine lines like on your forehead, around your mouth, and like I have like larger pores on my nose, so I always try and cover that up. Next, I'm going in with Smashbox Photo Finish Under Eye Hydrating Primer. I love this because this has a little bit of caffeine in it, so it plumps up your under eye throughout the day. That way you don't look as tired. And I know sometimes if you have concealer on without anything under your eye, sometimes I feel like your under eye can look a little bit like cakey, or it'll start to crease throughout the day. So I feel like this primer just helps plump everything up and leave everything looking like very moisturized and hydrated and refreshing. And then as you can see, like I have like lines down there. I guess those are bags. I have bags down there. So I just drag this wherever that line goes. So like even like here, like I'll just drag that down here. So now for foundation, I am using Urban Decay's All Nighter Liquid Foundation. Full coverage, long wear, matte finish, waterproof, oil free. I've never used this before. I always use the Naked Skin foundation, which I've loved. So this is like their all-nighter version of that. So on the bottle it says shake well before use, but like it's pretty thick, so I don't even think it's like really shaking. I looked this foundation up online and it says that you can use a beauty blender with it or any type of makeup sponge, but I'm just going to use my Morphe G1 foundation brush for this. And what you want to do, oh, this is thick. So I'm using the shade 3.25. So what you want to do is start like in the center of your face, and then this is thick. This is really thick. Start in the center of your face and then work it out. I also read online that one pump is supposed to go like a super long way. Okay, yeah, this is definitely one pump is going to get me really far. Okay, so you can obviously see full coverage versus like no makeup on. So it looks like it's doing its job. So I think it's better if you just put a couple dots of this and see how far that amount gets you, because if not, sometimes, you know, with other foundations you'll put dots all over and then work everything in, but with this you might be left with too much and it might look really, really thick on your face, so we don't want that. Oh my god, I can't tell if this looks good or not. Alright, foundation is on. It does look a little bit lighter than my skin, like it looks a little bit lighter than my neck. I think once I start applying bronzer and my contour, you know, it'll all start to come together. Now I'm going in with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer. I do love this concealer. I feel like it's not too tacky, but then I also feel like the Smashbox primer helps too. Anywhere where you want to brighten yourself up and cover any bags or any blemish, you're going to place this. Of course, I always want to brighten like my T-zone area. So we're doing the forehead, and then kind of down, and then like all under my eye. And I'm going to apply this with a beauty blender. My beauty blender is damp, so we're going to go in and just press this into the skin. Using a damp beauty blender does give it more of like a flawless airbrush finish. And then we always have like those hard to get areas with concealer and with the beauty blender, so I just go in with like a little buffer brush, and then I just go in the corner of my eye, and then always like in the crease of my nose, because sometimes we always have concealer that gets stuck in there, and then in between my eyebrows I just buff that out a little bit more. And I'm just gonna go back in one more time because I feel like my under eye looks a little like, I don't even know. Am I tired? Maybe I'm just like really tired. I don't know. Brightening that up a little bit more. And again, with our damp beauty blender, I'm going in with the Laura Mercier setting powder. You always want to set your makeup, you know, if you're going to be out for like a long time, or obviously if you just want it to stay in place. If my phone goes off one more time, oh my god. I start at my nose, like where my contour is, and then I just work my way out a little bit. I like to focus my baking more like right in the center of my face, and then kind of like buff it out. Right here is like where, you know, you want it to be brighter, you want it to set more. This is like always where you notice that everything's creasing. We're gonna do the forehead because we don't want any fine lines in our forehead to crease. Now to contour our cheeks, I am going in with the Fenty Beauty Match Stick. This is the shade Amber. I was using the shade Walnut, which actually turned out to be like a little bit too warm for my skin because now I'm so pale. So this, it looks kind of scary because it looks really dark, but it's not. It's more of like a taupey color. So I'm gonna go, now I always go by like my ear, so I always take the center of my ear and then go down into my cheek a little bit. Start here and then work my way down. So see how that has like a taupey effect? Like before, my contour was literally orange. Now I'm just taking my Kat Von D contour brush and I'm just gonna buff that up into my skin. And the reason that we contour is to give our face more of like a shadowed effect. So anything that we don't want really showing, we're shadowing it out. So like we want our face to look slimmer, so we're gonna shadow the back of it out. I also like to set that in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. So same thing, I'm just gonna take it here and just drag it right under that contour line. All right, now we're gonna just brush that off. So because my nose is contoured, I kind of buff that into my nose contour and then drag this out. Okay, so while I still had like this setting powder sitting on my face, I just went in real quick and finished under my eye. I always like to do that after my concealer because then I can kind of like use my concealer as a primer for the shadow that I put under my eye. So that's done. Now I can go in and wipe this off. I kind of wipe and press just because it brightens my skin a little bit. Now I'm taking my Tarte Park Ave Princess Bronze. I start back by my ear and work that right into my cheek. And I'm using this just to contour around my hairline too. Now I'm going in with Tarte Sensual Blush, and I'm also going in with my Morphe G4. This is like a bronzer blush brush. This is my Morphe G4 brush, and this is a blush and bronzer brush, but I use it pretty much just for my blush. I place it right on my cheek and then kind of like kick it back a little bit. Before I go in with any type of highlighter for my cheek, I'm going to spray my face with my MAC Fix Plus spray. This is a moisturizing setting spray, so what it's going to do is just leave like a moisturized barrier over my skin, and it's going to moisturize all those, you know, setting powders, bronzers, blush, all those powders that I put on top. So even though my face does have like a matte foundation on it, it's still going to have like a nice moisturized glow and look to it. So I just like start back here. I probably used too much, but that's okay. It smells really good. I'm gonna go in with Anastasia Beverly Hills AMREZY highlighter. I thought her name was AMREZY, but maybe that's just the Jersey in me. It really is AMREZY. I used to use a fan brush all the time, but I felt like I wasn't getting like enough pigment onto my skin with it. So now I just go in with like a little tiny buffer brush. So we're just gonna slide the top of this in circular motions. I'm just gonna put that right on top of my cheek. Be really careful when you apply this because a little bit goes a long way. It's so pigmented. So if you don't know how to apply it or you apply too much, you're gonna look like a freaking glazed donut. And then I just do like a little bit above my eyebrows too. And again, even though my face does have like a matte foundation on it, just this little bit of highlight is going to give it like an overall nice glow. And for my lip combo, I'm going in with In the Village's Coco Loco Waterproof Gel Liner. So when applying liner, I do outline just a little bit of my lip, and then I actually go in and fill a little bit in. So I will fill in here. Next, I'm going in with In the Village's Pink Nougat lipstick. And this is just like a nice creamy nude lip. Alright guys, that was my full face makeup tutorial. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comments below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and I will see you guys next time.